We've got little cheddar meatloaves with mashed potatoes and gravy. Served 2 ways. You pick the way you like it. Come join me. Okay, first thing we need, we're gonna make the meatloaf, and so I'm going to put, I'm making 2 pounds, and so what I'm doing is doubling everything. So I'm doing 2 eggs. Next is your milk. So you use 3/4 of a cup to 1 pound of ground beef. So I'm gonna do 1 1/2 because I've got 2 pounds. And then you do a 1/2 cup of oats per pound. And I am low on oats, so if I need, I may add some Ritz crackers in to substitute. So we'll see how much we have. Oh, looks like we'll be okay. Yep. All right, so I've got my oats in there. Okay, these go inside my meatloaf. So I'm going to do salt, pepper, onion and garlic powder, and some fresh garlic. And then inside each meatloaf, the key ingredient is going to be a Baby Bell cheese inside each meatloaf so that it has that really good cheese pull inside. It'll be gooey and really good. I don't have an exact measurement for the garlic, so I'm gonna use a big heaping spoon of the garlic. Maybe a little bit more. Pepper. Salt. Onion powder. And garlic powder. Now I have all of my wet ingredients in here. I'm gonna mix this by hand first. It works best when you mix your wet ingredients first and then mix in your dry or your meat. So I'm gonna mix this first and then mix in my 2 pounds of ground beef. Okay, now I'm mixing the meatloaf. I may have to add a little bit of crumbs to this. This looks really liquidy. Oh, it was a little liquidy, so I'm gonna add in a little bit of crushed Ritz crackers. So what was that, maybe 1/3 of a cup? Okay, so now we're gonna start making our meatloaf patties. I've been instructed by a couple of the kids, they don't want cheese inside theirs, so we will accommodate. So I'm gonna make a couple of them without cheese inside and just put a toothpick on top of those so I know what ones don't have cheese. So I put in the Ritz, just so it wouldn't be quite as liquidy. All right, got that mixed up. First, I'll make the couple without the cheese in them so that I don't forget. And now I'm putting a Baby Bell cheese inside each one. And you just want to make sure that you close it up so that you don't see the cheese on both sides. Just pat it carefully. Oops. The meat's a flingin'. When I make meatloaf, I tend to make 2 pounds at a time because it's nice to have some leftovers, and my family tends to I like to make some for my mom and dad sometimes. Take some extra over there, so. Extra leftovers is always good. We live on leftovers in our house. That's how I grew up. Okay, I'm gonna put it into my air fryer. I put it on a lower setting. Put it on a lower setting because I don't want it to get too dark. 375 for 10 minutes. This is my favorite device in my house, my Kaloric Air Fryer. I use this thing, I swear, almost every day for everything. You're gonna see me use it in almost all of my recipes. I make my bacon in it, everything. I love this one because it's huge. It's got the big doors on it. So the sauce is the very last step. I'm gonna do it just the last couple of minutes before I put it in the air fryer so that it doesn't burn. If you do it in the oven, you can put it on the whole time, then it makes a nice glaze. But air fryer, just to last maybe 3 or 4 minutes. So I don't measure. That's usually enough for 1 pound, 2 pounds. And if you have a little extra, this sauce is amazing on sloppy joes, FYI. I usually put regular mustard in it, I'm out. So today we're gonna do a little bit of Dijon, which is fine, it'll just give it some good flavor. And then brown sugar goes in it, and I use a brown sugar substitute. I think it's stevia, I'm not sure, but I use a brown sugar substitute. And about this much for 1 pound. And this much for the second. I'd say it's probably about a half a cup, so maybe 1/4 of a cup per pound. Okay, so my sauce is ready to go on top of the meatloaves the last couple of minutes. Time to get them out and flip them over. Okay, let's take them out and flip them over. Almost lost that bugger. Could absolutely make a burger with these. Yeah, I know my dad loves to make sandwiches with these with mayonnaise, so it just depends. I like to eat them plain. It's kind of a thing that my family likes to have them with mashed potatoes. All right, so we are going to put these back in for, I'm gonna say about 5 minutes. So I'm gonna put them in for 2 minutes, and then when that goes off, then I will put the sauce on for the last 3. 375, my favorite setting. And I'm going to set my stove for 2 minutes. When that goes off, I'll put the sauce on it. Okay, the 2-minute timer went off. I'm going to pull these out. I'm gonna let them go for 2 more minutes. Okay, so this side has been in for 4 minutes. As you can see, the cheese is starting to goo, it's starting to get brown. I am going to now take it over and put some sauce on it. Just put 1 spoon on top of each one, and then if I have extra, I'll go in and put a little bit more on them to use up the sauce. But like I said, this sauce is really good. I make my homemade sloppy joes with this sauce. You can see the cheese oozing out of them. Yum. Okay. Now, because this sauce is sweet, I'm gonna add a touch of salt on top. I love sweet and salty. And then to make them pretty, just a touch of dried chives. Okay, now I'm gonna put them back in the oven. Okay, and then now for the last 3 minutes to finish cooking and glaze that sauce. Again, 375. All right, my timer just went off and they're done. Ooh, they're cheesy. Look at them. Okay, coming over. Ladies, imagine what your husband would do if he came home and you were all dressed up making dinner. Maybe it won't happen, maybe it will, but I'm gonna try getting through my dresses. We'll see what happens. So there's the way that my husband likes his food, and there's the way the neighbor guy likes his food. Let's show you both. We'll do one more. He wants it right on top of the potatoes. Wants it with the gravy right over the top. There we go. Okay. So this is how my man wants his done. He doesn't like the sauce on the meatloaf. I don't know why. Something's wrong with him. A little dead inside. But this is the way he likes it. And then there's the way that the neighbor guy likes it. All right. Neighbor guy's done. Gotta add a little presentation. Bam! So the question is, do I want a bite of my man's? Or do I want a bite of the neighbor's? I want this one. It's got the sauce on it. Come on now. All right. With the sauce on it, every time. Like and subscribe for more. See you back next time.